Hello guys, how are you all keeping? We're gonna make a nice little video today about Bitcoin. Just a short update. We are hitting a critical area. A lot of people would say, a lot of traders would say that we're hitting a critical area, and we'll go into why. And also, so if you were following my trade, and like I don't consider these videos as signals. I do tell you which trades I am making, but I want you to understand the logic behind it because it's just nearly impossible for me to send out signals through the through the YouTube channel because the markets are like just happening so fast. Like you just have to be aware all the time, and like there's just no way of sending signals in that kind of way. I think it's still kind of like useful if I tell you my setups and why I did them because lately they've been really, really profitable. So, for instance, I entered a long position here and I explained that why. It's actually 6485, which is like there at the bottom, but it was a swing trade, and I took second and third profits here. No, first and second profit here, and like I have to go closer to tell you. And I was talking about that already, but I actually took the third profit out here, and it turned out that that was a great, great spot to go out. I can actually tell you the exact price I went out. Just give me a second there. So 7391. So this 7391. So I exited all the way up here, and then we had a rally down, and this is no magic there. This is just technical analysis that showed me the signals. So what was happening? So why did I exit my long position and took the profits there? What was happening? You could see that. Okay, this is 160 minutes. This was the main reason was on this chart. But basically, this is called the rubber band trade, and I'll actually pass the link down below in description for the rubber band trade. It's a free video. It's from the school that I was following, Top Dog Trading. Actually, you can hear my son in the background. My wife needed a little bit more sleep because he was up all night. So I'm minding him as I'm doing the video. I hope you guys don't mind that. So yeah, the reason why is because okay, I was in a long position, but at the same time, the rubber band, there was a signal for a short. Not a really strong one, so I just closed the position. I didn't open a new position for a short, but the thing is basically, I'll pass the link, so check it out. But basically, when that 50 MA, this is 50 MA, the orange line, is angling down, but the price is above and the momentum is going down, sooner or later we're gonna hit this 50 MA, right? But the problem there would be that on the higher time frame, at that time, momentum was still not down, so I couldn't enter it as a short position, but definitely I could exit it as a long position because there was just too much down pressure in a sense that I could see that it was turning on 160 minutes, and also was looking at so lately what I'm realizing, I kind of connected the dots together, and like my trades like success is just exploded. And this is I used to look at maybe I look at 3 charts, and I thought okay, that's a lot of charts to look at, but I figured I need to look even at more charts at the same time. So I'm looking at this 3 charts daily, 8 hour, 164, kind of like a longer time kind of like picture to have an idea where we're moving. But then I'm going into really, really small time frames to figure out the exits and entries and kind of like the signals that we might be turning. So what was happening there? How I knew that? So I actually like the exit there was like almost perfect. Of course, you're never gonna, and there's no point in catching the top. You want to have a little bit of confirmation before you go in a trade or exit a trade. But I exited thereabouts, so that was a great exit. And what was happening, it was, as you see here, the price is kind of going up, right? The price is going up while and we've talked about this a lot, like while MACD is going down. And here are my settings. You can copy, you can pause the video and copy those. And I'm actually not using the histogram. This is actually MACD as a histogram or as an area. But yeah, this was divergence. So this was telling me that, you know what, price is going higher, but it's the momentum is slowing down. So, you know, be careful in a sense. So this is how I knew that you never know. Of course, there's no certainty in the market. The markets can do anything at any time, but it was a signal. I can call it. It was a signal that we might turn around. So I was like, okay, I caught all this wave up with a trade, which is a beautiful, beautiful trade. It was like 3-1 risk to reward, so that was just fantastic. But yeah, then I exited right here because of the reasons that I told you. And also, yeah, another thing that was happening was, but this is going really advanced, is that on 160-minute, we had actually 5 waves on MACD here. So a little bit like, actually even 7 waves, but I can't put all of them in. So what you see, this is 5 waves, and then there's a 7th wave there. So that was extended momentum in the uptrend, which sooner or later dies out or has to even out before it wants to push, before it kind of reloads. So that was the reasoning. So okay, but now we have an interesting situation. What happens now? So why is this so critical area? And this, I'm not really an expert on Elliott waves because I'm not really trading them, but I know that there is a rule, and what a lot of like Elliott waves traders would tell you is that if this is a 5-wave pattern like this, the 4th wave shouldn't go under the first wave for this to be a valid trend, right? And it actually can go a little bit over it in the leveraged markets. So this is why this is kind of like a key area for now. Not that much for my approach, but of course we have to think about what other traders are thinking as well. Like if I'm just thinking about my strategy, it's kind of specific, but a lot of traders would look at this, and if this doesn't hold, this area doesn't hold, yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens then. Maybe then we will be looking for a new bottom, double bottom, or something like that. But we can't really say what would be happening after, because that would be uncharted territory. So, of course, this also acts as a support. This is why this is kind of like a crucial area, because all this acts as a support, because this was a resistance before, so now acts as a support. So it's actually really simple. It's a really simple logic behind all that. So this is like an area that that is being tested at the moment, and this kind of area, let's see if this was this acted as a support before. Okay, going way back, but I wouldn't refer to that too much. We already have this, which is enough info. I mean, it acted as a resistance 1, 2, 3 times, so that's enough for me to act as a support. So yeah, let's for instance, let's see on this. Okay, so let's see on daily chart, the momentum is kind of still up. On 8 hour, it's turning down, which is not good. On 160, momentum is down, stochastics are down, but we have also like 50 MA as a support there. And also, let's check the Fibonacci levels. So we are kind of like in this zone between, yeah, but actually, again, what Elliott wave traders will tell you, that you need to connect these two waves, so the last wave up, and we are actually in 786 area, which also acts as a little bit of support. Not as strong as 618, that's for sure. And then if we also put this here, have more uncorrelated information. And this is when it kind of gets a little bit confusing, but okay, there's no kind of like support on that Fibonacci, so we'll just dismiss it. It doesn't do much. Okay, so this is from that point of view. And then, okay, maybe, you know what, actually, let's check some trend lines. Like, I usually don't look at that many things, especially if I already have a nice setup there. But now, because the setup is not that clear on what I'm usually doing, I'm doing more things at the same time. So, okay, we have this trend line, which, okay, the price is kind of bouncing around it, so it still kind of acts as a support, because we know that this is an area, not a line, although it's drawn as a line, but this is an area, and as long as this is touching this line, it still acts as a support. So okay, we have, this is why this is kind of like a key area. This is the trend line is here, the 50 MA on 160 minute, which is just the chart that I look at, is there. There's a previous swing high that acts as a support. So all these areas are all there together, and if that fails, well, then we will try to probably test this, but it will be kind of dangerous. It will be quite bearish, I think. If we break through this, we will kind of gain quite a lot of downward momentum. And let's look at the shorter time frames. So let's look at, I have 27 minute, 9 minute, and 3 minute. And as you know, I divide everything by 3. So 27 divided by 3 divided by 3. This is why maybe it is, it's a bit odd. It's a bit not kind of like the standard, because usually people would look at 5 minute, 15 minute, or 1 hour, 4 hour, and so on. But here what we see, okay, the momentum to downside is increasing, of course, because we have this vertical movement. We have 1, 2, 3, kind of like a 5 waves in 27 minutes. Yeah, K and D are just bouncing down there in that area, which people call overbought, oversold, sorry, which I don't really like. I don't really use that term. I just use it as an indicator. It's not overbought, oversold. It just, if it's bouncing down there, it can be bouncing down there for a long time. You know, some people say, oh, it's in the oversold area, so I'm gonna buy in. You never know how long it's gonna be bouncing there, so you need to look at other things as well. So that was that. On 27, on 9 minute, okay, we are starting to see a little bit of divergent on a shorter time frame, which is good. On a micro, really micro level, you see, okay, the wicks are kind of going sideways. I would want to draw them like this, but I honestly can't. But okay, the price is, let's say this price is going sideways, because of course we can't be too precise with those ticks. It's a little, we have to assume that there's a little bit of randomness, and so, but definitely this is divergent, like, and you can easily see that. So, and actually, like, if we look at this, wow, this is actually interesting. We're starting to see this triangle, And we all know how powerful triangles are. We could, okay, I need to move the chart. So we're starting to see, yeah, a little bit of this, which triangle like this is more bearish than not, because, but I wouldn't give too much, I wouldn't give this triangle too much credit, because it's just such a short time frame, of course. And now it's breaking out of it, which is kind of like, the triangle itself is kind of like bearish when it's of this shape, because it kind of indicates that it's losing up momentum. But on the other side, we break through it, which is bullish. So yeah, I'll just dismiss this signal. But yeah, we have divergent. That's clear as what, clear as a sky, and as a summer sky. Yeah, and we also see this divergent here even more clearly on 3-minute chart. So yeah, it looks like there is a little bit of bullish push here because of this downward momentum going up. It is quite a lot. Like, bulls have to fight really strongly here, because this sell-off was such a downward sell-off was such a, it's such a great velocity, speed, whatever you want to call it, like from 7,000. Okay, let's go from here, about 7,400 all the way down to 7,000, sorry. So $400 in a matter of, what is this, 5:30, so, and 4 hours, so $100 per hour, big momentum down. So bulls have to really fight. They have to fight a lot at this very moment. They have to fight a lot to get this chart going up. So let's also look at this. Wow, this is also really in-depth analysis of this. Nice little situation we have. So we have Bitcoin. What do we want to look at? I think 1 hour is not. We have to go closer. Let's put it to 5 minutes to really see what's going on at this bounce. So I have BTC long, so long positions, and I'll put this in 5 minutes as well. So these are the long position, these are the short positions on Bitfinex, and this is the Bitcoin chart. Everything on 5 minutes. So let's see. Okay, so the long positions. Okay, so bulls are fighting strong. We can see this here. Okay. We can see that bulls are fighting strongly lately, since they started to go down. And so bulls, a lot of them are aware of the area I was telling you about, so the Elliott waves and that support zone, so they know about this, so they're opening long positions here, but the shorts are going out. So yeah, the bulls are fighting strong at the moment. Of course, there's no clear direction yet. We would have to see kind of like a breakout, but I think when we have such a strong energy downwards and now such a strong energy upwards, this will definitely it will result in an extension, in an extensive movement, like a sharp movement. And now it's looking more bullish than not. But I would definitely, before I actually already entered, because overnight I put orders. I put 2 orders. One was I looked at Fibonacci levels and I put some orders in. So I'm filled actually already. So one was at 7,104 and the other one was 7,133 overnight, because this was the Fib levels. But yeah, let's see. I think we might start going sideways a little bit. after that kind of a move, I don't see this just bouncing straight away. So we might start to go like this a little bit before reacting in each wave. So if we're going lower, get ready for a big sell-off. If we're going higher, then just, I think, move upward wouldn't be as strong as downward, because just the fear is greater than greed. That's just the way it is in markets. The downward movements happen faster, and yeah, upward you will still have to go through a lot of, okay, not a lot, but you would have to go through this resistance here and another resistance here. But yeah, really interesting situation now. I think it's kind of important. Every few days you get a situation that it's kind of like you get a zone that is kind of important. It's almost like I've mentioned tennis a few times already, but I mean, at least I'm not an expert in tennis, but I know that there are so many key levels all the time, tie breaks and this and that, and I think with trading it's the same. You'll hear it like every so often you get to this key level and everything depends on it. It seems like everything depends on it. Of course, then you move to a different level and that becomes a key that becomes a key area, and then you move and that becomes a key area. But like, yeah, of course, the last area that was as important as this one now was this one here. So on 1st of April when we bounced, I would say. So probably this is the most important area this week. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you like the video, what are you waiting for? Smash that like, smash that subscribe button, share this video. Let's make some crypto. Not let's make some money, let's make some crypto. Hope you've noticed that. This is going to be my new slogan. Let's make some crypto. Let's fill our blockchain bags with some nice coins and good trades. All the best to you guys. And this was not a financial advice. I don't know if I've said that. This was not a financial advice. This is just my view on the market. I hope I made that clear. Cheers, guys.